Howdy! In this video, we will discuss what a grading scheme is and how to set up, manage, and edit a grading scheme for your course. A grading scheme is your plan for measuring letter grades in your course. In Canvas, we have enabled the most used grading scheme at Texas A&M by default in every course. However, you can modify the grade scheme or create a new one to suit the needs for your course. These letter grades can then be used for final grade submission in Howdy at the end of a semester. We have also included a default grading scheme for the satisfactory, unsatisfactory style of course and can be applied to your course if needed. Let's first look at the gradebook in Canvas. Navigate to the Grades link in your course navigation pane. Scroll to the Total column. If a grading scheme is enabled, you will see a letter next to the percentage. If a grading scheme is not enabled, the letter grade will not be displayed. To view the current grading scheme for your course, navigate to Settings in your course navigation pane. Locate the checkbox labeled Enable Course Grading Scheme. When this box is checked, a link will appear underneath labeled View Grading Scheme. Click this link to view your grading scheme. This will display a pop-up window that should contain Texas A&M's default grading scheme set and should be labeled Course Letter Grade. To modify or create a grading scheme, click Manage Grading Scheme in the bottom right corner. In this view, you can view Texas A&M's default schemes labeled Course Letter Grade and Satisfactory/Unsatisfactory. If you have other grading schemes created, they will also appear here. If your course grading policy is different than the Texas A&M default scheme, you have the option to add your own. You will first need to add the grading scheme and then specifically select it later. To add the grading scheme, select Add Grading Scheme in the top right corner. This will display a new box with Canvas's default grading scheme. Give the new scheme a name. Once you have given the scheme a name, you can begin to edit the scheme based off the needs of your course. For example, Texas A&M policy does not use plus or minuses as an option for letter grades. You can delete those rows by clicking the X on the far right of the row. In addition, if you decide in your course that a student needs to receive an 89.5 rather than another number to receive an A, you can make that change as shown. Continue making changes until your grading scheme matches the needs of your course. Once you're done, click Save. Keep in mind that in this page, you can also modify existing schemes and names by clicking the pencil icon, or you can delete a scheme by clicking the trash bin icon in the top right corner. As a note, you cannot delete the default Texas A&M schemes. Once you have located a scheme that you would like to use for your course, navigate back to the Settings in your course navigation pane. Again, locate the Enable Course Grading Scheme box and select the link below it. To select the scheme you would like to use, click Select Another Scheme in the top right corner of the pop-up window. On the left-hand side, you will see the schemes available to you in the course. Select the scheme that best suits your course and click Use this grading standard. This will take you back to the original pop-up window where you can select Done. Make sure to scroll down to the bottom of your settings and select Update Course Details. Your grading scheme will now be set. If you do not update your course details, the grading scheme will not take effect. After your grading scheme is set, navigate back to the gradebook by clicking Grades in your course navigation pane. Again, locate the Total column. You can now view the corresponding letter grade next to the total grade, and it should reflect your new grading scheme. To test the grading scheme, we recommend entering grades for the test student and making sure the letter grade changes appropriately with the scheme. For example, if this test student receives 2.75 points, the grade should update and correspond to the new grading scheme. For more information, training, and resources, please visit lms.tamu.edu. Thanks and gig 'em.